Good evening, honorable professors and dear fellows. I'm Speaker Ren Li. In our today's presentation, we'll focus on the Sustainable Development Goals 1, no poverty, and poverty in all its forms everywhere. Our today's topic is Global Poverty Governance, China's Contribution. Next, please look at about our contents. That covers 6 parts. Part 1, group members. I will have a brief introduction for our group members. Next, abstract. Part 3, background of study. Problem statement and objectives of study is part 4. Part 5, research methods. The last part is literature review. Okay, let's come to the first part, group members. LANBIN is a team leader. He is in charge of all group things. XUAN is responsible for making PowerPoint. ZHENGYA, she is mainly in charge of abstract, problem statement, and literature review. I'm Speaker Ren Li. Sun Hao and Zeng BAOGUO, both of them are responsible for video recording and editing. Next part, abstract. Since the outbreaking of the global financial crisis in 2008, the global poverty governance has faced new challenges. As a major country, China has made significant contributions to the development of the course of global poverty governance. Since the reform and opening up, China has made remarkable achievements in poverty eradication and lifted more than 700 million people out of absolute poverty, creating a great miracle in the history of human poverty. Next, background of the study. Please look at the 2 pictures. They dramatically show us the deep decrease of China's APG's proportion between 1981 to 2010 during the developing countries. Why will we come to this phenomenon and what's the reasons? That's because since the end of 1970s, we have been implementing solid policies continuously, especially 2014. Our governments makes the top design of precise poverty alleviation model. Okay, next move to the problem statement and objectives of the study. China has achieved full poverty eradication, but a further explanation is needed on how to establish the existing poverty alleviation achievements. First problem, diversification of poverty alleviation goals. Next, and problems encountered in the implementation of precise poverty alleviation. Part 3, limitations in the way poverty governance is organized and in the assessment system. The last problem is incentive mechanism for poverty alleviation talents has not yet been established. And therefore, that's what we are considering. Part 5, research methods. Our research systematically summarized the studies of domestic and foreign scholars on poverty reduction and lays a good foundation for analyzing China's contribution to the global poverty governance. Literature research is a basic method. Second one, case study method. We select one of several things as object, systematically collect data and materials, and conduct in-depth research to discuss the situations of a certain phenomenon in the actual living environment. Global poverty governance covers many disciplines, such as political science, economics, and international policies. So, interdisciplinary research method is the third method for our research. All right, and let's move on to the last part, literature review. We will discuss this part from the 3 aspects. Part 1, global poverty governance. With increasing global interdependence, the political decision-making and the governance process within a country is increasingly influenced and constrained by external influences, and the governance process of transnational issue is the result of joint participation and mutual gains among the countries. Robert O. Cohen points that establishment of international mechanism can reduce transaction costs, increase the transparency of information exchange, and enable states to reap the benefits. Part 2. The theories and practice of reduction in China. Although China has a rich content and a large amount of literature on poverty, in terms of basic theory, it basically refers to many existing research of Western academia and carries out academic research in the context of China's actual poverty situation and anti-poverty practices. The anti-poverty research in China is characterized by less theoretical research and more countermeasure research, less quantitative research, and more quantitative research. The last part, China's contribution in global poverty governance. China has achieved a poverty reduction target of the UN 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development 10 years ahead of schedule, playing a role in advancing the process of human anti-poverty cause. China's philosophy and practices concerning poverty reduction can't be duplicated, but they can be used for reference for other developing countries in their economic and social transformation and effort to eradicate extreme poverty. In conclusion, China can share partner countries with experiences of successful poverty alleviation, including purple growth, inclusive social development, and the multidimensional development-oriented approach, thus making new contribution to global poverty reduction. All right, that's about our group presentation. And thanks for our group members and my dear fellows. And we come from different schools. And thanks for all of you the best efforts. We are looking forward to my dear professors and their suggestions for our today's presentation. And thanks everyone. Thanks for listening.